do it. So I want to finish up some details over here. We had Parshat, we had chapter 3 and 4 over here in Sefer Shemuel. So you see that Shemuel, we said he got prophecy. Our sages teach us in Midrash Tanhuma that Shemuel was just below Moshe Rabbeinu in Nevuah. Just below. Obviously, there's no one like Moshe Rabbeinu in Nevuah, in prophecy, but Shemuel was right almost there. And again, it's all because of his humility. Just like Moshe Rabbeinu was humble, so too Shemuel was also humble. Now, when Eli greeted Shemuel, we said that, tell me what you heard. So Shemuel was a little bit nervous because he's going to tell him the curse, right? Curse of Hashem, that your kids are going to die young forever and ever, right? So he put a curse on Shemuel also, that Hashem should should give him the bad news. Meaning, the fact that you give a bad news, also it's a little bit of a suffering, right? So a person shouldn't be a bearer of bad news, right? The sages tell us that even how you tell a person who lost his relative, you don't just tell him like that. You gotta tell him, like, listen, where's so-and-so? Better place. You don't say, oh, he died. Sometimes people get excited. They like to be the first person, the correspondent on the ground. Oh, the Slish? Oh no, Mirla. Oh, he died. Oh, you heard? Look, Facebook. Right? So it's not the best thing to do to be excited about telling people, oh, so died. Yes, it is shocking, but why do you want to be the bearer of bad news? King Solomon says the bearer of bad news is a fool. Why you want to give someone else suffering? Let the person encounter it on his own. Now, okay, fine. You're telling me there's certain halachot. They need to tell his son. His son needs to know that he's not zoi, whatever it is. Okay, fine. But I'm saying people get a sort of kick out of it. Like, look at this video of this guy crashing into a car and smashing his face in. Like, oh, I'm the first one to put it on the group chat. Like, it's a little bit childish. And, why do we need to see that? Is there nafkamina for me and you? Has a practical difference for me and you? It's just something interesting to watch. Someone else's demise. So a person has to, shape up on his sensitivity. And therefore the fact that Shemuel had to give Eli those bad news, that also was a detriment for him. Now, that we learn from this that the curse of a chacham is fulfilled even if it was made conditionally, right? So the Eli got upset at Shemuel, and that means that Shemuel also got a little bit of the curse. That means that Shemuel's kids wouldn't be Naviim like he was, right? Just like Eli's sons wouldn't live long, it wouldn't be able to be the level of Eli. So too Shemuel's sons wouldn't merit to be his stature. So
he's getting punished if he's doing what Hashem asked him to do.
So from the fact that Hashem chose him to do that, to be the one, the messenger, it shows that there's something wrong with him too. And then why did he have to be the bearer of bad news? And the fact that he had to make Eli suffer to be the person who gives him those bad news. You anytime you're involved in any of these things, you get attached to also. It sticks to you too, Chas v'shalom. But another interesting thing I saw over here was that Pinchas's wife over here, Chofni and Pinchas, right, where the two sons of Eli Cohen, they were doing the wrong things. So it says over there that they got the Plishtim took the Aron, right? They went to war, and the Mefarshim tell us what's the reason that they Israel lost, and they lost the Aron to the Plishtim. So number one, the sin of Chofni and Pinchas, right? And then they still have Pesach Micha. Remember, they still have that idol, Avodah Zarah. Number two, the nation was held accountable because they didn't rebuke Chofni and Pinchas. And then they didn't listen to Shemuel when he told them to do teshuvah. And they took the Aron without permission. I said that last time. That they took the Aron on their own volition. They didn't ask if they could take the Aron to war. They took it without their own volition. Now, Chazal tell us that the wife of Pinchas is one of the three women in the Torah who died during childbirth. The other two is Rachel, and the other one is Michal, daughter of Shaul. Now the Gemara says, what's the reason ladies die during childbirth? It's because they need to keep the three mitzvot that a woman is specifically commanded in them. Chala, Nida, Hadlakat Haner. When a woman dies before she is able to give birth, right? so then it's a sign of a sin. And if she dies after giving birth, so then it's not a sign of a sin. It's a sign of it's a good siman that she was able to give birth first. Now, but Pinchas's wife also she died over there, and the question is why? Why does she have to die during childbirth? You could say also because it's part of the effects of the sin of Chofni and Pinchas. But over here, they named their son Ikavod. Why they named their son Ikavod is because Ikavod is lack of kavod, lack of kavod to the Aaron that they were, and then she realized that there was a mistake that they did, so she named their son Ikavod. It will be a reminder not to disgrace Hashem's name. One more thing we'll mention before we move on is Gilgulim. Eli Cohen, the Ramami Pano writes over here, Eli Cohen was a Gilgul, a reincarnation of Aaron Cohen, and he was receiving punishment for assisting in the sin of Egel Zahav. So now Aaron told the people, Pirkud is Mezahav, right? Go and take off your gold in order to be able to get the Egel Zahav. That's why Eli also fell on Parkato. So he said Pirkud, so it's the same root word as neck, right? And then Eli fell when he heard the bad news, right? And then that's tikkun for Aaron, where he should have felt horrible with this idea of the disgrace of Hashem and Moshe and the Ten Commandments. So now the Aaron that has the Ten Commandments, it gets taken away, and Eli dies from it. It's the total opposite of what should have been. And then Eli's sons did a sin, just like Aaron Kohen's sons did sins. And then finally he fell backwards because when a person's raising his kids, you're supposed to raise them straight, not that they should fall off and go off derech and do sins. So he died the same way. He fell backwards. He fell off his chair. Okay, so let's do Parak and we'll finish. So Parak, we're on chapter 5 over here. So the Plishtim have the Aaron. What do they do with it? The Torah says the Plishtim take the Ark of God. They bring it from Evan Ezer to Ashdod. So the Plishtim are in Ashdod. And they bring it to the house of Dagon. Dagon is their idol. It's like some sort of fish looking thing. Okay, so what happened? So then they wake up early in the morning, they come to the house of Dagon. They see that Dagon, the idol, his face is on the ground in front of the ark. Okay, who did that? That's weird. So it must be somebody took the idol and put it on the floor. It's bowing down in front of the Aaron. So they fixed it. They returned to the place. The next morning again, see, same thing. That's weird. Nobody came in here. We know it's a locked door. It's a locked place. So nobody has the key. How could it be that this thing's on the floor again? So then they picked it up and they saw that its head was detached and the two hands were severed. Right? Only the body was intact. And now the hand of Hashem became heavy against the Ashdodim, and he struck them all with Tchorim. He gave them hemorrhoids, Gemaroi, right? They gave them Gemaroi. So the question is, what's going on over here? What is this about, right? Now, why did he give them? Hemorrhoids? So look at the pasuk says. The pasuk says the men of Ashdod saw what happened, and they said, let's get rid of this. This Aaron, the stuff. Look, our idols falling apart, breaking. We're all suffering from this. This is not normal. Every man in the country should be in the city should be all hemorrhoids. It doesn't make any sense. So therefore, they said, this is all Hashem. What should we do? Let the Ark of God be transferred to Gas, and after they got to Gas, right? They also made Balagan over there, the city of Gas also. So they thought, okay, maybe it's just here. Maybe there's some going on in the water over here. So put it over somewhere else. No, even over there they had hemorrhoids. Even in that place, they put it in Ekron, and then the people in Ekron got upset. What is this? You're going to bring this to us? We don't want this. You're going to bring curse on us. We're going to get punished because of this. Don't bring this here. So what they do? They gathered all the Plishtim. They said, what are we going to do? So they said, we're going to learn that they're going to send back the ark. How are they going to send it? They're going to send it back with they're so scared. They're going to send it back with cows. But they don't want They don't want to send it back themselves. But the point is that they realize it's all from Hashem, and we can't keep this with us. This is not for us. But now, the hemorrhoids over here, which is very interesting. He says it's not just any hemorrhoids. What does it mean? The plague was very heavy. So it says when the Plishtim saw the Aron in the battlefield, the righteous people amongst them said, "Listen, we have no chance to fight against them. Look, they have the Aron, they have the Hashem with us, Hashem with them. The wicked ones, no, God already used up his plagues in Egypt. He has nothing to use against us." So Hashem said, "You know what? You think I can't? I don't have no more plagues up my sleeve? I'll make on the plague I never made before, and I'm gonna go and use it." The Plishti, the Misifri says the Plishti would relieve himself. He would go to the Berakseh, he would go to the bathroom. A mouse would come up from the ground, damage his innards, and run away. So they got a mouse that would come and bite them, and cause them sickness. So that's a supernatural thing. It's not like one day they woke up, oh, I all of a sudden have hemorrhoids. They all had the same thing. Oh, you also went to the bathroom? You also saw the mouse? Oh, the mice bite you too? Oh my goodness, you too? And you too? Everybody keep the shul the next day, right? For their dagon. They say, oh, what is this? Everybody got to buy these mice, you know? No, it can't be the mice bit all of us. It must be Hashem sending a plague against us, right? So therefore, Hashem said, listen, the hand of Hashem is clear. And it's interesting because the head and the hands were cut off from the dagon, right? So you guys think you guys are better than me. You think you're better than Jewish people, and you took something that's not yours. You stole. And what happens to some countries till this day? You steal, they cut your hands off. So you have to be careful to realize that the Shekhinah, whenever there's Shekhinah, don't mess with the Shekhinah. Baruch Adonai Olam. Amen.